Hi, I'm Stephanie Rodenberg Lewis, owner of Collective Hope Counseling. Today we're going to be talking about limit setting. Before we talk about limit setting and how it helps, I'd like you to think for a moment about your goals when disciplining your child. Oftentimes we think that we are teaching kids with discipline, but are we giving kids the opportunity to practice self-regulation and self-control? Ultimately, we want our kids to be able to self-regulate on their own without us having to step in. And that's where limit setting can help. Limit setting should not be punitive, but should be stated calmly and matter-of-factly. We are going to use the ACT acronym when setting a limit. The A stands for acknowledging the feeling, the C stands for communicating the neutral limit, and the T stands for targeting the alternative. So let's walk through this process. Step 1 is to acknowledge the feeling. So we always start by saying the child's name, Sally, and then we acknowledge the feeling. I know you'd like to play with the Play-Doh on the floor. Next, we communicate the limit. But Play-Doh is not for playing on the floor. Then we target the alternative. You can choose to play with the Play-Doh on the table, or you can choose to play with the Play-Doh on the tray. Which do you choose? By limit setting, we are acknowledging what the child is feeling and that they are not wrong for feeling that way. Then we set a neutral limit. A is not for B. Finally, we target acceptable alternatives. When giving a child an alternative, we want to look at the original feeling. In other words, if a child is wanting to punch you and you need to set a limit, the alternatives need to match the original intent. So let's walk through that scenario. Again, we start with an acknowledgement of the feeling. Johnny, I know you want to punch me. Then we move to the C, communicate the neutral limit. But I am not for punching. Now we communicate acceptable alternatives. You can choose to punch the pillow, or you can choose to punch the couch. Which do you choose? Do you see how the alternatives link back to the original intent? We wouldn't, for example, offer alternatives such as you can read a book or you can take a nap. That doesn't link back to what the child was originally trying to express. When we set limits, we teach children self-control and responsibility for their own behavior by allowing them to experience the consequences of their choices. We want our children to learn self-control and responsibility so they can self-regulate. I hope that this information is helpful. I appreciate you joining me. And again, my name is Stephanie Rodenberg Lewis with Collective Hope Counseling. See you next time.